Indian government's offensive steps to hit China's economy majorly. Welcome to TechieSpod, where you will get all the information on interesting topics and blogs on it to read. If you are not subscribed yet, then you are missing out something. So, here we go. As after the sad and unwanted incident happens on 15 June 2020 triggered every Indian and government to think on the present situation wisely. After this sad incident in which our 20 Indian soldiers are martyred along with China's 43 soldiers, the demand for action against China increases, due to which the government has taken some steps along with local public bodies which will be going to hit China's economy badly, resulting destruction of China without war. Presently this condition is in favor if India, as after ban on import from China if government pauses, then it will definitely increase the Indian local market demand, resulting into growth of Indian market and GDP. Indian government's strategic and offensive plan to hit China's economy. Chinese companies will no longer be allowed to participate in Indian highway projects, including through the joint venture route. China will not be allowed to invest in India's micro, small and medium enterprises (MSME) sector, and imports from China will be discouraged, Union Minister for Road Transport, Highways and MSME, Nitin Gadkari, has said. The minister's statement, in an interview with the news agency Press Trust of India, is part of India's efforts to impose economic costs on China in the wake of continued Chinese aggression at the line of actual control, lack, and a part of India's signaling to China that this aggression cannot coexist with preferential economic ties, according to two officials familiar with the decision-making process in government. On 1 July 2020, Gadkari said, "We will not give permission to joint ventures that have Chinese partners for road construction. We have taken a firm stand that if they Chinese companies come via joint venture in our country, we will not allow it." He added that a policy will be out soon banning Chinese firms, and relaxing norms for Indian companies to expand their eligibility criteria for participation in highway projects. The second official, who represents an economic ministry and did not want to be named either, said that China had surplus capacity which its domestic economy cannot consume, making it largely dependent on exports for growth and survival. India was its large and growing market, and China has hurt the entire nation. It is the duty of all citizens, businessmen, government agencies and public sector companies to rely more and more on made in India products than goods from an enemy country. This is the national sentiment that is getting reflected everywhere in the country now. The app ban majorly affected China's economy and internet agenda. The government banned 59 Chinese mobile applications, including top social media platforms such as TikTok, Hello and WeChat, to counter the threat posed by these applications to the country's sovereignty and security, it said in a press release late on Monday. ShareIt, UC Browser and shopping app Club Factory are among the other prominent apps that have been blocked amid rising tensions between India and China following clashes at the border 2 weeks ago. The government said the applications are engaged in activities prejudicial to sovereignty and integrity of India, defense of India, security of state and public order. The ban has been imposed under Section 69A of the Information Technology Act, read with relevant provisions of the Information Technology, Procedure and Safeguards for Blocking of Access of Information by Public, Rules 2009, it said. The Gov also cited complaints about data on Indian users being transferred abroad without authorization. The move could come as a blow to China's digital Silk Route ambitions, eroding the valuation of the companies. It could also lead to more countries following India's cue and acting against these apps, sources told ET. A top official said the government had considered all aspects before taking the decision. These apps have been there for a long time, and there are some privacy and security issues with them, including risks of data going out of the country, said the person. Big decision by government on economy level. Power Minister R.K. Singh on Friday said that India will not import power equipment from China, amid border standoff with China. During a virtual press conference with state counterparts, he also asserted that the equipment import from China and Pakistan would not be permitted, especially on the basis of inspection. He further said state discoms should not give orders for supply of equipment to Chinese firms. "We manufacture everything here. India imported 71,000 crore rupees worth power equipment including 21,000 crore rupees from China, Mr. Singh said in the State Energy Ministers' conference chaired by him this morning in his opening remarks. He said, "This huge import of power equipment is something we cannot tolerate that a country will transgress into our territory. We will not take anything from China and Pakistan." He further said, "We will not give permission for import from prior reference countries. We are affected. There could be malware or Trojan horse in those imports from China, which they can activate remotely to cripple our power systems." India's offensive defense steps which make China to come on black foot. The Indian Air Force has signed a 300 crore rupees deal with the Israeli defense firm to procure a batch of Spice 2000 guided bombs, official sources said Friday. The IAF had used Spice bombs in its strikes on a terrorist training camp in Pakistan's Balakot on February 26. Sources said the order for the bombs has been placed under the special financial powers given to the armed forces by the government for emergency purchases. India's Ministry of Defense on Thursday signed off on the purchase of 33 Russian fighter jets and upgrades to 59 others worth $2.4 billion, amid rising tensions with nuclear-armed neighbor China. The purchase of 21 MiG-29 and 12 Su-30 Mki, as well as upgrades to 59 existing MiG-29s, was to augment the Indian Air Force's combat squadrons, the MOD said. The ministry also said it has approved local development of missile systems for all three branches of the military, and ammunition and upgraded infantry combat vehicles for the army. The beefing up of India's defense capabilities was taken up due to the need to strengthen the armed forces to protect our borders and Prime Minister Narendra Modi's call for self-reliant India, the ministry added in a statement. The announcement followed PM Modi's phone call with Russian President Vladimir Putin, whom he warmly congratulated, after a nationwide vote on constitutional reforms that could allow him to extend his rule until 2036. So, guys, that's all about this topic. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. That's all for this video. I hope you all like it. Please follow us on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. The links for the following are given in description. Thank you.